American farming in the fertile Northeast is a tradition that spans generations. And that's certainly the case here in upstate New York, where forward progress has brought with it thousands of horsepower. The American Tractor Pullers Association Jasper Engines and Transmissions Pulling Series churns into town. It's going to get loud, somewhat wild. Make that explosive! Hello again, everyone, from just outside of Niagara Falls, New York. Welcome to Hamburg, New York, the site of the K&N Filters Bull Pull, presented by Lucas Oil, a part of the ATPA Jasper Engines and Transmissions Pulling Series. Hello again, everyone. I'm Ted Jones, your host for this coverage. And joining us on the program, Tom McConnell, who will tell us a little bit more what we're going to see.
We're coming to you from the Erie County Fair in Hamburg, New York, just outside of Buffalo, for the K&N Filters Bull Pull. Now, this fair is one of the largest in the United States. In fact, it is the largest county fair within the state of New York, and we have the top stars of the Jasper Engines Pulling Series here tonight. Among the classes featured here tonight include the K&N Super Modified two-wheel drives. Roger Simon leads the points, going for his fourth consecutive Jasper Engines world title, but don't count out the Longs, the Sullivans, the Varners, Stan Shelton. They're all here gunning for the kingpin. And then the Lucas Oil Super Modified tractors. For the first time in the history of the ATPA, a non-piston engine is leading the points. Dave SNYDER's The Legend pulls on. Two T64 jet turbine motors. He is leading the points, but don't count out Joe Ader, don't count out Bill Leischner, and many, many others. And also featured tonight are the big boys, the Lucas Oil Big Rigs. If you like horsepower, stay tuned. You're going to see the best of the best next here on ESPN2.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Let's get things going right now with the Lucas Oil Super Modified tractors coming up. Those are the tractors that have 4 engines, 3 engines, and what have you. We'll learn more about that as we go on. Joining me in the booth now, Tom McConnell. Our first puller will be John DUGGAN, the hemorrhoid attack.
He's from right in this county. Very tough tractor, usually pulls on the regional level of the Jasper Pulling Series. Has added a third motor to pull with the big boys here today, 262.94. That will be the mark to beat.
And Army Armstrong is waiting for him at the finish.
Do you think it's going to stick for a good pull?
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot more competition out there than me. I'm just a beginner in this one.
James Martell, the boss hog, will be up next. Count them, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4 engines arranged in a very different manner.
They all can set up their motors any way, as long as they think they're going to get the maximum amount of power out of it. Martell on his way to a good run, but it looks like he's done some engine damage on a couple of those motors there as we check out a showpiece here. Dave SNYDER, currently the #1 tractor in the Lucas Oil Super Modified class, and it's not a loud vehicle. It's 2 T64 turbines. Just look at it, listen to it. 257.08, not going to get the job done. Dugan, the local guy, looking pretty good right now, Ted.
Wow, dirt flying everywhere. Backing up right now will be Scott Tedder. Now there's a legendary name that's been pulling for a long time. You may know him better as Mr. Twister. He's from just north of Fort Wayne, Indiana, small town of Hartford City, a real rural farming community.
On his way to a very good run, a lot of dirt. Look at it. They got to be glad they're using those K&N filters on those back motors there. He'd be in trouble. 274 will take over the lead.
Big number comes up, 274. Will that hold? The tractor looks like it's going away.
It is going away. Is that the lead?
Yeah, you're the man now.
Oh, man, praise the Lord. That's awesome. It felt really good. That's one of the best runs I've laid down all year. It picked the front end up quick. It carried it, went straight. I barely had to hit the brakes, so I'm real happy.
So, one more puller before we go to break. Bill Leischner, the dirt slinger, will try and beat Scott Tedder's 274 feet. He also has 4 engines, but they're arranged nice and neat in rows.
Well, and they're also Hemis. Tedder using the Chevrolets, the Hemis, obviously having a lot more horsepower. 280.76, no shock. Leischner takes over the lead. Let's check it out with the Lucas Oil replay. Takes
A 280, that looked like an awfully good run to me.
Well, I was on the brake and we fattened the motors, thought the air was going to get good, and we've been messing with the two-wheeler and scales and didn't have time to get our motors right. We were kind of fatting on the brakes, but we'll take what we got.
This is PN coverage of the K&N Bull Pull, brought to you by Jasper Engines and Transmissions, the nation's leader in remanufactured engines and transmissions, and by Lucas Oil Products, #1 in the trucking industry. Goodness snakes, you never know what you'll find at the Erie County Fair. Welcome back to the Hamburg, New York, and the K&N Fillers Bull Pull. While we get ready for our next supermod, let's check in with Army Armstrong.
Well, at Hamburg, New York, the Jasper Engine and Transmission Best Engineered Award is going to go to a New York native, Joe Etter. Three-time national champion with a unique combination of Chevrolet engines and Chrysler engines. Joe, how come the difference in the engine combination?
Oh, we started looking at these motors here over a year ago, and we decided when we were looking to build, some good power in the tractor, we couldn't afford to put 4 motors on, so we started out just put 2 on and run 2 Chevrolets with it, and the Chevrolet's got the low-end torque, the Hemi's got the high-end torque, and I tell you, it's made a good winning combination.
I'll tell you what, Jasper's always looking for something unique, and you're not going to find anything more unique than the odd couple. Let's keep an eye on Joe and see how he does tonight.
Thank you very much, Army. And coming up right now is the odd couple, 2 Chevys, 2 Hemis. That is a bit odd.
Oh, it is, but Joe Etter, 2-time ATPA world champion. Oh, so close.
270.73 feet, about 10 feet back behind our leader, Bill Leischner. Now, coming up next, Jerry Stewart, the down and dirty.
Stewart has been really tough to beat this year. He's got to be 280 and change. He is going to be right there in the hunt. I think he's done it. Yes, a full ball. Stewart out the door.
Yes, indeed. Jerry Stewart has done it. Let's check in with Army.
Tell you what, my friend, you go out there, you put a new set of tires on this puppy, and you got a bad hombre out there now.
Those tires have really helped me out, I think, and I had to get enough power to turn them, and I broke 2 motors with these tires, but it looked like everything held up right there on that pass.
Now, coming up next, the wild child. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Bob Joe Stock. And notice the way he has his engine sitting with the front of him facing out and the back of the crankshaft facing in.
Seeds and pieces coming off of Joe Stock's tractor. It's just coming apart. Blower about everything. He doesn't make it. Stewart wins it.
Who's the happiest family from Paris, Tennessee right now? Congratulations to you.
Oh, thanks a lot. Now, this is my crew right here, and we all work on it hard. This is my crew chief. He works just as hard as anybody. My wife, she keeps it up going, and this is my crew right here.
This is definitely a family operation. Congratulations. Enjoy every minute of it. You deserve it.
Thank you very much.
Our congratulations to the only full puller, Jerry Stewart. Bob Joe Stock came within 5 inches of forcing a pull off. Now we'll move into the K&N Filter modified 2-wheel drive category. These are 2-wheel drive trucks right here, supercharged on alcohol.
They're the equivalent of an NHRA top alcohol dragster motor. So keep in mind, that's all the power that you're seeing out of these guys, except they're dragging about 60,000 pounds down a 300-foot play track. Stan Shelton, North Carolina native, on his way to an awesome run. And he does it a full ball. You can't start the show any better than that.
Drug it right out of here to 308 feet.
How did it feel?
Felt real good, Army. I think we transferred the weight a little too much on this end. We got a little bit high on the front end. We could probably use 100 more pounds up front. But first run on this new truck, we've been struggling this year. We make a good run, then we tear something up. But just nice to make a good pass. I want to thank K&N, Jasper Engine for sponsorship. Great to be here.
Now, because he pulled 308 feet, that is the full pull mark that Tony Tatum, with the extreme pleasure, will have to hit.
Exactly. Tatum on his way to a good run, screaming that big sassy Hemi. Look at the front wheels. Up the
Oh, look! 303.22 feet. What a heartbreaker for Tony Tatum. Now, Shannon LEISCHNER comes up with the Dirt Slinger.
Now, we saw his father, Bill, just a few minutes ago in the Lucas Oil Super Modified category. He said he was concentrating all his energy on this two-wheel drive, trying to get the Ford lined in. And it's not going to pay off for it tonight. A good run, but comes up short at 295.97.
All of these guys are doing a nice job here tonight around that 300-foot mark. Up next, Steve Jackson, the pair of Jacks.
This has got to be one of the most awesome classes in pulling. Chevys, Dodges, Fords, all doing battle, all supercharged, loud and nasty. Oh,
304.24 feet. Remember, Stan Shelton had the mark to beat at 308. As we go to break, here's the way the standings are. The top four, Lucas Oil leaderboard. We'll take a break. When we come back, more two-wheel drive pickups. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the K&N Filters Bull Pull from the Erie County Fairgrounds in Hamburg, New York. Ted Jones and Tom McConnell with you. We'll continue with the two-wheel drives in just a minute, but first of all, for all the latest news and notes from the world of motorsports, we invite you to visit rpm.espn.com. Backing up now, Stan Shelton, the Sawmill Express, our next puller. Remember, it takes a full pull of 308 feet to be competitive here.
And right now, he is currently the only K&N Super Modified to have made a full pull, bouncing all over the track. Can he keep the Sawmill Express in? No, but that was awesome, Ted. I just love the way these K&N two-wheelers just bounce around.
Let's check in and find out more about this great fair.
How many years has the fair been here? I understand it's one of the oldest in the country. And also, how many years have you been involved with pulling?
Okay, this is the 163rd Erie County Fair. We've actually been pulling tractors here for back in the early 70s. And we've pulled every year.
So this event has a lot of tradition, Tom McConnell. Now here comes Lisa Tatum with the Foolish Pleasure, completely primered out, waiting on a new paint job.
That is the correct analogy there, Ted. She's on her way to a good run. Her father made a good run, 305, but still not good enough for a full pull. But Lisa, surprises them. She takes it out the back door.
I'll bet she's excited. How about that, Army?
How did it feel?
Oh, man, it is about time. I tell you, we got this new truck. We have a great chassis. We got new rods. And I have one heck of a crew chief with my dad. I just knew the time was coming. What better time to be here in Hamburg, New York with ESPN2 coverage, K&N representation. Some of the best sponsors of any circuit in the world. Woo!
Well, always very enthusiastic Lisa Tatum, one of the stars on the Jasper Engine Transmission Pulling Series. Now, one of my favorites. Will he make it? Ladies and gentlemen, a Willis pickup truck right here. Ricky Long, go Ricky.
Very good run, front and up, but the weight caught him at the end. He will come up short, 293.99. Let's go out into the pits and meet with Army Armstrong.
The Lucas Oil Best Appearing Award goes to a beautiful 2002 Chevrolet that serves not only as a two-wheel drive pulling truck, but a billboard for one of the most successful businesses in motorsports, the Falco Racing operation out of Cincinnati, Ohio. The gentleman that owns it says he does it just for fun. Rich SANTEFORT. Rich, tell me a little bit about the truck.
This is a 2002 Chevy. It's all fiberglass body. There's operating doors. It's powered by about 2,500 horse of Keith Black motor.
Well, there you have it, folks. The Lucas Oil Best Appearing Vehicle, not only pretty on the outside, this thing is beautiful, skin deep. A lot of engineering, a lot of thought gone into the vehicle. But, you know, that's what this sport's all about.
And here comes that Falco of Cincinnati entry right now. Rich SANTEFORT, really nice gentleman. He calls it just for fun because that's why he does it.
Oh, very much the case. SANTEFORT on his way to a good run up in the air. Of course, it's a new truck. Not exactly used to the driving style of it just yet. He'll come up short, but Rich will get the hang of driving this new vehicle. He told me it's a totally different ball of wax. We check out Roger Beach, who early in the year came out with both guns ablazing, but had a break about middle of the season, did some serious damage. Glad to see that he has prepared the truck and he is back on the circuit again, but he too will come up short. Seemed like he was running just too high of a gear and ran out of power.
Oh, yeah, just
at
bogged
the end.
down.
Yeah.
Bogged down there at the end. Now, Mike Bertowski, the Destination 300 out of New York, a local hero right here, will take a shot at it. Let's see if he can make a full pull. Oh, the front end comes up now. He was holding it back, Tom. Raises the front end up halfway down. He's going. He's across the line.
Awesome run for Bertowski. You said a local favorite. pulls weekly with the Empire State Pullers and the New York Tractor Pullers here with the big guys on the ATPA Jasper Engines Grand American Tour. So we're in the pull-off now. Stan Shelton will set the mark to beat. The first guy to take it out in this K&N two-wheel drive class, and he was awesome the first go-around, and Ted, he's looking awfully awesome right now.
He pulled 308 feet the first time down the course. Oh, 315.67 feet. He is hot. Let's go to Army.
315, what a number this late in the night.
Well, I know they didn't change the sled arm. It's just nice to be able to back up that first run. Donnie made a heck of a pass at 314, so I just hope it stands up.
Hey, the pressure has to be on Lisa TATUM. I mean, 315 feet is incredible.
She does have her work cut out for her, but the Chevy fans are putting all their hopes on her. On her way to a good run. Balancing good, starting to bounce just a bit there.
A lot of smoke from underneath, and she comes up short.
A lot of heat in that motor. And speaking of heat, Ted, we just got the word Donnie Sullivan made the pull-off. He will be the last person in the pull-off with the Rent-A-Wreck Dodge. Bertowski, who we saw take it out, was too hot to come back. He was the last puller in the class, so all the marbles are right now on these two drivers. You just saw Stan Shelton looking on. He's got to be scared out of his mind, this Rent-A-Wreck Dodge. Oh, it's bouncing. It will not get it done. Shelton wins it.
Tell you what, nothing comes easy on this ATPA circuit, does it?
It sure doesn't. We got everybody here is just neck and neck. I mean, everybody's making as much horsepower as anybody else. Our combination was just right. We've been struggling. We've been hot and cold all year long. We've had some breakage, but it's sure bittersweet to come out here with a victory. I want to thank our sponsor, Cope Lumber Company. Without their financial support, we'll never be here.
And our congratulations go out to Stan Shelton right there as he's our winner. Let's take a look right now at the Jasper final pulling results. Stan Shelton the winner. Look, we had 4 full pulls. An absolutely incredible show here tonight. Roger Simon, incidentally, ending up in 10th place. That's unusual. This coverage brought to you by K&N Filters. Ask for them by name. And by Duramax Diesel. Most powerful diesel engines available. Heavy-duty pickup. We'll be back with more. Welcome back to Hamburg, New York, as we continue our coverage of the K&N Filters Bull Bull. We'll be switching classes now, getting ready for the Lucas Oil Big Rigs. They are wild, folks. You might call them 18-wheelers. Well, if they have the big truck or trailer back behind them, that's what they'd be. It's the tractors, highly souped up, Detroit diesels and other brands like this Kenworth right here of J.R. Flock. He calls it the Wildfire.
Listen to the scream of the Wildfire, a big V12 Detroit diesel. You hear on the turbo surgeon when he shuts down. Now that is awesome. 299.65.
Up comes George Rude Sr., the Rude Awakening, he calls it. Now, don't let this truck fool you. It may look just a little conservative, but watch him go with the Big Mac. Oh, problem. Look at the antifreeze. I believe that's antifreeze coming out there. He blew something. Boy, I mean a lot of liquid going out on the ground. With the Lucas Oil replay, we'll be able to see the antifreeze coming out when it breaks loose. Watch. Oh, yeah, pouring out of there. Now, while they clean up the mess, Army Armstrong, a little bit earlier, found something of special interest.
You know, truck and tractor pulling has got to be one of the dirtiest sports in the world next to off-road racing. We ran over to the Silver Bullet Pit to find out exactly how they keep all that dust and dirt out of their vehicle. Ironically, we ran across one of the reps from K&N, and he's going to tell us all about it. Talk me through exactly what you're doing here, Shane.
Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to get all the big particles. Tractor pulling is going to pull up a lot of big particles out of the track here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take the K&N filter charger kit. It's a recharger kit. Basically, it's designed to service the K&N filters. Spray the cleaner on it. Okay, now we're just going to let it set. Now we're going to take the garden hose, spray it out.
Wow, you can actually see the dirt coming out.
Shake it off. Let it set for about 10-20 minutes. Oil it. Nice even coat of oil. Come back a little bit. Touch up any light areas.
So within 45 minutes, you've got a brand new, complete, clean engine system, air system to run with your high-performance engine.
Absolutely. And out here, you definitely need it.
All right, thank you very much, Army. And while they were cleaning that mess up and getting some fresh dirt down there, we don't want the guys to get antifreeze. Guess what happened? Well, the sun is set, but we're going right on pulling. Our next puller, Guy Flock.
And the guy currently in the lead is J.R. Flock at 299.65. But understand, with the sun going down, the track conditions could have easily changed here. So it's going to be interesting to see what will occur. The scavenger trying to take over the lead. He will not get it done. 288.64.
And while our next puller hooks up, Army Armstrong is going to talk to Guy about it.
288.64. You know they're going to load both barrels and come after you.
Then the rest of the guys are going to beat me, but it was a good run. I'm pleased. Truck ran well.
So he knows the rest of the guys will pull better. Wonder what he knows. Larry Carey's up next with the Dodge Fever. Oh, look at those big stacks blowing that diesel smoke.
Oh, a lot of momentum and a lot of speed on this machine. Look at it go! One of the toughest Lucas Oil big rigs. He is way out there. Ted, a floating finish line, 3:26.01. You gotta love it. We gotta see that again on the Lucas Oil replay. Up in the air. It is arched over to the side. I just love the torque of these big rigs.
You know something? To say I'm impressed with this truck would be an understatement. This thing makes tons of horsepower.
Yeah, I had Tom Lindsay rebuild the engine last winter and the fuel system on her, yeah. He's got her cranking some horsepower now.
Well, the number you turned a while ago, do you think it'll be good enough to win this thing?
Oh, there's still tough trucks sitting back there, yeah, you know, all I can do is hope, yeah. We're sitting out there pretty good.
Boy, he went about as far as you can go, 326 feet. All right, Dana Lindsay, the red hot and rolling, is one of those trucks that Larry Carey's worried about.
Oh, very much so. Currently, number one, the Lucas Oil points on the Jasper Bullet Series for the big rigs. And look at it. The Peterbilt turning hard, but she will not get it done. 288.02 will not do it.
About the same as Guy Flock came up with.
The last one in the class, Don Snyder Jr. We have seen Mr. Nasty win big time at Bristol Motor Speedway. He has a good chance of winning here in Hamburg. Larry Carey looks over.
Larry Carey is the winner. Snyder comes up short.
How's it feel?
Feels super good, super good.
I noticed your wife was standing over there filming everything all night long. I guess you guys are going to get to celebrate now.
You better believe it. Yep, that's my gal Edie. She helps me out a ton, I'll tell you. She really does.
So here's our Jasper Engine Transmission final standings. You can see everybody had a full pull down through 5th. Here's the way they finished, all the way down through 10th with Fred Sanders. And finally, our K&N Filters hot pull.
It's got to go to the guy that showed them how it was done in the Lucas Oil Super Mod class. Jerry Stewart, the down and dirty, wins the class in an awesome, awesome run. And you can tell why they use K&N filters here. Look at the dust generated. He can't even see on the far end.
That'll be a wrap for the K&N Filters Bull Pull. From Hamburg, New York, I'm Ted Jones for Tom McConnell and Army Armstrong. So long, everyone. This has been a presentation of ESPN.